Hi everyone, this is Danny for Cupcakes Gourmet. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're gonna see how to make the ladybug from Miraculous. Before we start the video, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell button so you can get all the notifications for more videos. And today's video is dedicated to Chandra that left me a message. So we're gonna start with her face, and that's how you're gonna decide how big you want your ladybug to be. And also, after you make a ball, you're gonna mark the center, but a little lower than the center of the ball, because your forehead is always gonna be a little bigger than the lower part of the face. So when you mark the center, is not the center of the ball, it's a little lower. And then with already we're gonna get the excess of the clay up to mark her little nose. This kind of chibi Japanese styles, they have like really big eyes and little tiny noses. So that's how we're going to make her. And then I'm just gonna make a really easy mouth, no lips, no anything. So you make a hole, an indentation, and then we're gonna just put some color inside. A pretty easy type of face if you're starting, playing around with clay or fondant or sculpting for the first time. So this one is kind of easier and not that scary, because I remember then when I saw all those more realistic faces or lips and eyes and proportions and things like that, I will feel a little overwhelmed and do want to try. So if you try step by step with the slower ones, the easiest ones is gonna be easier, I would say. So I marked the face because she has the mask on it. So we're gonna open a little bit of red, as white as we need her face to be. So you can measure over it just like that, so you know that it will be white enough. And then with the tool or your fingers or anything around it, you're gonna go up and down right in the middle. Be careful to your table to don't be dirty, just like mine. And then we're gonna make that be rounded, and then we're going to flatten out for the mask. So we're gonna make kind of like a 8 shape. See, we squish it down and it's already gonna kind of create that mask kind of shape. And then you can just push in the middle together, like pinch them together, or try to make both sides the same. I'm sorry that the English version of this video kind of got delayed a little. I updated yesterday with the Portuguese one, but it was missing a part, so I messed up something on the rendering of the video. So I'm doing the voice over again, because when I changed to the Portuguese, I didn't have it anymore. Yep. So I hope you guys like this one, and then today is gonna be all good. So we're gonna place the mask in her face and then mark it again. And then I'm just gonna mark on my ball tool around it to be sure then I will have space enough and the mask is big enough for me to place the eyes, because that's the important part for us. And then I'm just gonna go over to the mouth and the nose again to be sure then when I push down the mask, I didn't lose the shape of my head. If you're starting, I would say for you to wait for the head to dry before, doing something else. Just for the sake of keeping the shapes is easier. But after a while, you get used to it and you kind of just go back some steps to check if everything is okay. So we know that when you put the mask on and you're pushing down, you're not kind of losing the shape of the head, because it's not just looking in front of it. You need to look 3D kind of everywhere to the sides and things like that. I'm using like a piping tip that you can find anywhere. Is the easiest way for me to show you guys how big the circle would be. Her face is tiny little thing, but those eyes are always big. You can make a rounded or kind of little bit in a cat eye, doesn't matter. You can pick. I saw different ones, so I will pick a little tiny, like a cat eye on the sides, just to look. See, I'm pinching right there. I opened the white as thin as I could, but not thin and to be see-through. Like, I don't want to see the red underneath. I want it to be as thin as I can, so the eyes don't look like, you know, up outside the body, but I don't want to see the red underneath either. And so I'm just making the little squish part on the side. Then it kind of is gonna change a little bit because we're gonna keep pushing things up there, but I like to start over with the shape to kind of follow my steps and get the result I want. So the face is kind of like that, and we're gonna start with the blue, making 2 little balls and flatten out for the eyes. Push it down, flatten out, try to flatten out as like for them to look as similar as you can, and we're gonna place on the face. Every time that you're making a cartoon or like a Disney princess, whatever you think that is like already real, like it exists, I would say, because they're not real. Try to look at the picture, leave it like print a picture, or have an iPad, iPhone, or whatever open so you can see and base yourself, especially for faces. So I know where the blue should be, you know, I'm not putting in wrong places and then she looks like she's crossing eyes or things like that. And now we're gonna make little tiny balls in black, flatten out and place in the center. I am using the air dry clay, the light one. I have the link on the description box if you guys need to see. I buy at Amazon. As I said yesterday, I buy like a bag that is like 36 colors, and then I buy a white and red and skin color and black and big bags because I think it's the best thing. Every single color, the little ones, you can mix it the white to make more, and they don't lose the pigmentation, so it's pretty cool, and you can make it last longer. So that's what I do. At least if you guys want to see a video just talking about more about this clay and where to find it, how to use it, what you can mix, just let me know in the comments below and I will do that for you guys. I placed the light reflection of the little ball and white, and now I am going to start making thousands, millions of little dots for her. Of course, she's a ladybug, so she's red with polka dots. So we are going to make thousands of little balls until the end of this video, for sure. I'm pressing them down, and some of them for the mask especially, I am going to cut in half and put it like the straight cut on the edge of the mask, because kind of it looks cool in my point of view. And I think it's just a little tiny detail that you can make it, then it's not gonna take more of your time. It's not gonna use more of your clay. So if you're selling it, if you're making for friends, or if you need to make it faster, it's not gonna mess it up anything and gives such a cute detail. So as you can see, I cut in half, and then I'm gonna place right at the edge. So it looks like the fabric is kind of folding in. I don't know, I just like it. I think it's cute. I'm totally of the point that save time, save material, you know, things like that. But this is not gonna take more time and it's gonna look cute. I also wanted to remind you guys to leave a comment down below on this video and every single video in February, and give a like, subscribe to my channel and share the videos so you can participate in the giveaway we are having here at my channel. We're gonna give some brushes, and then also I will start having, you know, more videos and how to use those brushes as well soon. So it will be cool for you to have it. I'm just placing all the polka dots on her face. I made a little circle, a flat circle with a light red, gonna mark in the center, and I cut the top to fit right on her mouth. And I like to push in the middle because it looks like a thumb, and then I just push backwards to give the impression that the mouth is more 3D than it really is. I am going to make a little tiny ball and flatten out like a roll. If you guys can see, it's a tiny little thing to give an impression of teeth. I am not going to mark one by one. I'm not gonna go all crazy. I'm just gonna place there and try to leave like straight on the top and the front. We're gonna start with the blue I got my darkest blue and I put black on it. So because she has a very dark blue hair. And we're gonna flatten out the circle enough to cover the whole back part of it without touching the mask. And we're gonna place around. And this is, again, I will say that if you're starting, wait for your head to dry, because you are going to lose the shape when you're trying to push something on the back of it. So you can do it when it's wet. Just remember to make your head get in shape again. Push the eyes backwards, try to see the forehead, and the bottom of the face need to be more in the front than the eyes and the nose. Or if you look your topper or your figurine on the side, they're gonna look weird. I made a little teardrop shape and I flattened out, and now I'm going to mark little straight lines to look like hair, and we're gonna start with that, making her bangs. I just like to make, this is another super easy, fast detail that you can do, and you're not spending more time or more money, and it gives a little kind of cute detail for your piece. We are placing right there, and then after I place, I see if I want more, and I also remark my lines just in case when I was pushing it down, I missed anything or I messed it up anything. And then we're gonna make again a smaller ball and teardrop shape for the rest of the bang on the other side. Just like that. And I am using a kind of good amount of clay for the hair. Don't try to be stingy on hairs because they look like the head is missing something. So kind of we're gonna use a lot of clay for hair, but it looks cooler after. And remember then, this type of clay, the light air dry clay, it shrinks. Not much, but it shrinks. The cold porcelain from Brazil that everybody likes to talk about shrinks more than this one. And fondant kind of depends of the brand, they shrink a little bit. But this one, you need to remember that your piece is gonna shrink a little. So always think about making a little bigger than you want. And also the colors are gonna get darker too. A little kind of one tone or two, but sometimes they can get darker. And now I put the other side, the teardrop shape for the rest of her hair. And now we're going to make 2 balls. Start trying to make them the same size, because now we're gonna make her pigtails. So since I cannot weight this clay because it's really light, what I try to make is 2 balls the same size. So I know then kind of they're gonna look similar. So that's what we're gonna do, and make 2 teardrop shapes, like very thick and fatty, to look very cute on her pigtails. So try to make them look as similar as you can, but don't worry if they're not perfect. This is art, is craft. You're hand making something. Of course, it's not gonna be exactly the same. If I make this again, it's gonna be similar, but it's not gonna be exactly the same. So don't worry about that. We're gonna make 2 little balls in red for the elastics on her ponytail. And also, my kids are very, very honest when I ask them, what do you think? They said that it was okay, but she was missing 2 things. She was missing earrings. So if you're making her, don't forget her earrings, because the kids are not gonna like it. And also, at the end of the video, you see that I put a little bit extra tutorial with Tiki, the little, ladybug, then ladybug transformed from, and I didn't know that. So my kids were like, Mommy, you cannot have the ladybug and Tiki at the same place. Duh, as I know that, I don't. So we're gonna place the red balls, then I flat a little bit out, and then we're going to put the part of the pigtails, and I am going to mark again like I did in the hair. And you can also mark in the back, because if you mark on the back, you're gonna give you more details. Normally, if you're using that for a cake or for decoration, people go around, so you need to worry about the back side as well. Not the only time that I don't worry about the back if I'm putting that flat and a piece of wood or a box or something like that, then you're not gonna see it at all. And she is ready for now. I'm gonna show you that I always let it dry on a piece of foam, on a fluffy piece of foam, because if you let this dry on the table, it's gonna get flat. So my favorite way to let it dry, head especially, is to put a toothpick underneath the same place that I'm gonna cut for the neck, and then let it dry up. So I know that I'm not gonna lose the shape. Now we're gonna make a very, very skinny snake, as skinny as you can, for her eyelashes. I am making the ladybug for my kid, but the triplets' birthday is now beginning of March, and I'm making a cake for them. So I will make as well Cat Noir, her friend or her boyfriend, I don't know. So if you guys want to see Cat Noir as well, just please leave me a comment down below, and I will make the video. Since I'm already making him, we can share that too. I made the skinny snake, and we're gonna place right on the top of the eyes where the white and the red touch each other. Just like that. Be gentle to don't squish it down. Just, you don't want it to be flat. You want it to be a little rounded snake. And now I'm gonna put the toothpick, because now I'm done with the head, and I'm gonna let it dry aside and don't touch it anymore for a little while. For the body, we're gonna start with this long roll, and we're gonna use our 2 fingers to go up and down to already separate where the boobs are gonna be. The bottom part, we're gonna push down for the belly, and then on the top, we already gonna plan for the shoulders and neck. For clay, I'm gonna say that the best tool you have are your hands, of course, but I think somebody asked me on Instagram why I always talk about, you can use a paintbrush or a toothpick. They are not tools, but you use tools. Why are you saying that you don't need tools? I'm not saying that we don't need tools. The tools make your life easier, of course, but you can make without them. So if you're just making one piece stopper for your kids, once in a year, you don't need to buy all the tools to make it. You can use your hands or adapt things like that. But if you're gonna start making that to sell or making more than once, of course the tools are gonna help. And now then I separate it and make the body. I am just twisting a little bit around because that's how I want her to be sitting. So you can already let it kind of dry the place you want. We're gonna start the feet. I made a row, so if you see on the bottom, we make like a spoon, see? And then you just gonna put the toes up. Is a very easy way and basic way to make legs, since she has this whole, red overall outfit, costume, whatever way you want to call. I don't need to worry about too much about the legs. But if you make the spoon size and put the little toes up, it's already gonna give some of a life to that leg. And if you're going to put her standing, you're gonna need to put a wood skewer or a piece of wire on it to hold her up. But since I am putting her sitting down, I'm already folding it and marking the leg and the knee the way I want it to be. And now we're gonna start the same way for the arms. You see that they look thick now, but I prefer to start thicker than what I need for the arms, because I can always make it thinner, but I cannot make thicker, if that makes sense. I mark the rest, and then I will flat the top part. Use a very tiny scissor, cut a V shape to separate. Already one finger there, and then you can just use your fingers to make smooth, don't see the cut lines, and to make the tip top of your fingers to be rounded. And then normally what I do for easy hand is to cut the little finger out because then I can give a little motion, a little more life to the hand. And then the other 3 ones, I'm just gonna mark because I keep them together. But you can feel free to separate all of them, to cut all of them, or to just mark all of them. Doesn't really, as much as you make more and more and more, you're gonna feel more comfortable, and you're gonna see what you like the best or what comes easier for you. So you cut it, we're going to separate them. I like to cut around to make the middle finger be longer than the other ones, of course, and push them a little bit together to make them thinner. And then I will cut a little bit of the little tiny one to be in the size I need. I separate it, mark everything, kind of fold it inside to look like she's holding something. And now I'm gonna make the whole arm thinner and cut it the size I need. If you don't know how much it is, it's longer than you think. As you can see, it needs to be longer than the torso. That's what you need to worry about. And now we're gonna make thousands and thousands and thousands of little balls, because she has polka dots everywhere. And we think it doesn't take time, but it does take time to make little balls, especially if you're trying to make them the same size. So you're just gonna make a bunch of them. And I probably made it like 30 of them, because you're gonna put polka dots everywhere. And that's what we're gonna do now. And I'm going to place them now. But if now that I'm making the audio, I won't put the polka dots once I already put the body together with the arms, because then if I need to put extra clay to put them together, I'm not gonna mess up my polka dots. I think it is the easiest way, other than I'm not doing right now because it's the first time I'm making her. But my tip is, if you're doing that, put the body together and put the clay that you need to put between the legs and the body and the shoulders and the body, and then put the polka dots, because then you don't need to replace them if you hidden something when you put them together. But we learn as you make, so that's how it works. I gonna put all the body together, and I do not know what the video is, but that's okay, you guys gonna see it. I kind of wrapped a piece of foam, and not that much. As you can see the bump sides, but since I was going to use this texture, I was not too worried about, because I'm gonna make this texture and then I'm gonna put polka dots on it. So I didn't want to use a lot of clay. If you want to cover a dummy cake, really cover to look pretty like fondant, you're gonna need to use a lot of clay, and that's not what I wanted to do. I just wanted to make this for the video for you guys to see it for my kid's birthday cake, so that was okay. I see that's the video part that I don't have. I put her together, I put the body together, like the legs and the arms, and I just put a little bit of clay between them and use a little bit of water to smooth it out. And I hid some other polka dots when I did that, but I will put them again. But that's the only thing I did, just put them together and kind of smooth the extra clay there. For the neck, I am gonna put more than I need, because it's easier to take it off than to add it. And then we're gonna just push it up together and make it skinnier as we need, and then just cut the excess off. Cut it off and smooth everything out. Now we're gonna make another snake with black to finish her clothes. So we're gonna place right there between the red and the neck. I will leave the junction, like the ends, to the back, so every time then you can hide those ends is better. So I always try to put in the back or under the hair, things like that we're not gonna see. I am not going to let it dry with the head, but I want to put in place to see and check everything, to see if the neck is long enough or thick enough. So as you can see, she looks good, but I will let her dry without the head because you don't want the head to squish your body. Now, as a little surprise, I'm gonna just make a little tiny tutorial on how to make Tiki. Is the ladybug, then transforms ladybug and ladybug. I made it a lot of sense right now, but that's what I learned with my kids. So I made 3 teardrop, a little longer but skinny, and a little roll in the middle for the body. Another 2 little balls for the legs, and you're gonna need 2 little balls for the arms. And I'm just making little rolls. Super basic, super easy. Kind of reminds me in how to make Pokemon, like Pikachu for Pokemon. It's kind of look like her. I guess it's the same style of cartoon, you know. I guess I'm not really I don't know much, so I'm sorry if I'm messing it up and making somebody angry. I'm really not sure, but it's kind of what reminds me of when I'm making her like that. I cut it and separated the clay to start shaping the legs, and I'm just gonna get the excess off, mark the waist line, and that's it. Not too much more than that. And I will put a toothpick on the base and then already place the body, and I will start putting her together already on the toothpick because she's so tiny. So I'm gonna get the 3 longer teardrop shape kind of snake I made, as you can see, as like a 3 together to make the tail. Just like that, and we're gonna place on the back. As now you can see, then I already placed her on the base. See, you can see in the back and the toothpick. And now here we put 2 little ones for the arms, and now we're gonna put 2 little ones for the feet. For the head, we're just gonna make a ball. We're gonna go up and down and make the mark a little lower than the center of the ball to make the cheeks pop up, and already place the place for eyes. We're gonna make a snake in red, actually 2 for the antennas. So I like to start with things that need to dry before I put it on a little early. So I remember that I needed to do that for her. So I'm gonna make 2 of them and set aside. And it's probably gonna be the last thing that I would do before set up my topper, is kind of work and let it dry a little bit before I put it on the piece. Another one set aside. And now we're gonna mark the mouth. Push it down a little bit. And we're gonna make 2 little balls, kind of cat eye style, a little and almost like a diamond shape, and we're gonna place in the face. You can always let it dry and make the eyes with like a color pencil or paint or whatever, but I am just gonna make 2 little balls of the clay as the same as I made for her face. Putting in place. And now I'm gonna make those blue parts of the eyes be kind of squish back a little bit more flat, because I don't want those eyes to look like it's popping up on her face. So I'm just gonna flatten out a little bit and see if the white has the shape I want. Now we're gonna make a big polka dot in black for her head. She has the big polka dot between her eyes. And we're going to make a very skinny snake for the eyelashes. And we're gonna place right there on the top of the white. Cut the excess off both sides. Mark it down, see if everything the way you want. And we're gonna place the head on the body. Just like that. And now I'm gonna show you guys how to make a super cute bow really, really easy. Make 2 balls, teardrop shape, flatten out just a tiny bit, and we're gonna make 2 hearts. So I'm gonna mark the center. As you can see, I'm making a very fat heart for one side. We're gonna mark at the center like a V in the center. And we're gonna repeat that for the other side. Mark the center to separate the 2 pieces, like to make the heart. You smooth it out because you don't want anything popping up. Mark the center. And it's almost done. It's a very, very easy way to make a really pretty cute bow. Push them together. And now we make a roll, flatten out, and we're gonna place right between them. Push it down, squish in the middle, and you have the pretty cute bow. We're gonna make a very long snake, not too thin, but long enough to go around your base. And I will place the base right there. Is missing a little part, but doesn't matter for me because I am putting the little bow we made it right there. Place in the center. I see you guys want to tell me if you like to see with the base, because normally I just show the topper and I don't show how I finish. But if you think that's cool to see how to make the, the final touches, just let me know down below and I can show more how I'm finishing them. And of course, we're making more polka dots because I thought that white on the base was too white, and then that's why I didn't worry about too much if it was super straight or not, because I was going to put the bows, the ladybugs, and the polka dots. So I didn't need to worry too much about that. And I will put polka dots all over that base. I know it's a long video, but I hope you guys can see every step in how to make the ladybug. I didn't hide anything. Some of the parts I fast forward just because we were going to make balls forever, and I didn't want you guys to need to ask for a snack before I start the video. So I hope you like it. Let me know if you like those long videos or if you like more like a basic little things. But I hope you do like this one because I like the way she looks in the end. Now that it's a little bit drier, I'm gonna place the antennas on the back of Tiki, and we are pretty much done. The only thing that I did is let it dry overnight or like 2 days, and then I put some pink on her cheeks, and then is it. I hope you guys like as much as I do and have fun and make it for your kids or for selling and make some money. And I talk to you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like for me. Bye guys. Thank you so much for watching.